Alas, the Christmas rush is over. What is going on, everybody? It is the Saturday after Christmas, the last Saturday of the decade, last Saturday of 2019. And, yeah, let's go ahead and explore and do some stuff. Well, first, as usual, we're going to head to Best Buy, and then later today, I'm going to go see Spies In Disguise, the new Will Smith animated movie. And Uncut Gems actually opened up here today, the new Adam Sandler movie, which I'm hearing a lot of great things about. I'm going to go ahead and check that one out. Who knows? Maybe it could be in my top 10 for the best of the year. I hear it's very good. I'm hearing a lot of great things about it. Don't usually get these type of movies around here this early, so we'll see what happens. But first, as usual, there is Best Buy. Let's head on in. You are definitely coming with me because I did not get you for Christmas. Might hold off on this one for right now. Soon you will be mine. Still got a bunch of those steelbooks on sale. I don't think I've ever seen a DVD or Blu-ray pin look this nice before. You can actually see what the movies are. You don't have to scramble around through here. Alright, we are out of Best Buy, and I'll show you the two things I picked up in there. The first one you already saw, which was Hustlers. This was one of the things I was hoping to get for Christmas this year. I did not get it, unfortunately, so that's where my Best Buy gift card that I got for Christmas went to. And yeah, this is one of my favorite movies of the year. When I was putting together my best of the year list, which is going to go up tomorrow on the site, I honestly forgot to put this one in yesterday when I looked at the list again. It's like, how did I forget this movie? I really enjoyed this movie. Like, it was a really good movie, great performances all around. I think Constance Wu and Jennifer Lopez were both great. Lopez in particular, I think she deserves an Oscar nomination for the performance in this movie. She was that good. This is directed and written by the same person who did Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, which was one of my favorite movies that was kind of overlooked this decade. And, yeah, STX, or as I like to call them, STD, because their films, most of their films are not very good. This was actually one of their best movies. And, yeah, just a great movie all around, really good movie. Hopefully a lot of people got to see this one. Just a great movie all around. I also like how Lizzo and Cardi B are on the cover of this, even though they're barely in the movie. They're like in there for about maybe 10 minutes altogether, but they're the big stars, so they got to put them on. They got to put them on the front there. But so yeah, that's Hustlers right there. And I didn't show the other thing I picked up in there. And I was trying to debate whether or not I should get it because of the price, but I figured, you know what, why not get it right now? The 19th season of The Simpsons. This is the only season I don't have right now, and now I do. This came out this past month. This was another one I was hoping to get for Christmas, but I didn't get it. But there it is right now. I've been watching the Simpsons marathon on FXX, and I've been streaming the first couple of seasons on Disney+. And what more do I even need to say about this show? It's great. It's my favorite TV show of all time. And now I own the first 20 seasons of The Simpsons on DVD. So, yeah, that's about it from everything I got at Best Buy. Still got a little bit of time before my movie begins, so let's venture away from Best Buy and head over to Barnes & Noble next. Into Barnes & Noble we go. This might be an option here. And just like that, we are in the movie theater. That's new. I don't think I've ever seen that poster before. He does not like that noise. You don't like that noise, do you? Alrighty, so I'm back home, and before I go into my first thoughts on Spies in Disguise and Uncut Gems, I did want to talk about what I got at Barnes & Noble, which, as you already saw, I picked up the Orville Season 2, which was $19, and then I picked up the Kaminsky Method, which I didn't show you when I went into Barnes & Noble, but I really enjoyed this show. It's a show on Netflix. It's made by Chuck Lorre, the guy who also did The Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men, Mike and Molly, Mom. And this is one of his better shows, honestly, without Alan Arkin, Michael Douglas. Really great show. It was only $20. I figured, why not? Why not get the first season? I really enjoyed this show on Netflix. It's definitely worth checking out if you want to see a really good show done by Chuck Lorre. This is definitely worth the watch. But with all that said, as I'll put these back here... With that said, let's talk about the two movies I saw today. Spies in Disguise first, which is the new Blue Sky Studios film, the first one to be released under Disney. Although, honestly, you couldn't really tell because there was nothing really Disney. Well, I take that back. The Disney logos. What I want to say is that the Disney logos in particular were not on this movie, but when you watch the movie, you could definitely tell that Disney and Pixar, their input is slowly but surely coming into form here in this movie, because I shouldn't say a lot of them, but if you look at the credits at the end of the movie, some of the Disney animators and Pixar animators, like Lisa Keene, I think the wife of Glenn Keane, and the Meg LaFleur, I think I'm pronouncing it right, from one of the writers of Inside Out, and Andrew Stanton, who also did Finding Nemo and a bunch of different Pixar stuff. You can see their names in the credits and all that, so while they're not really working fully on this movie, you can tell that their input is being put in here, and it actually kind of made for an enjoyable little movie. This film was. I think it starts off kind of slow, but once Will Smith turns into the pigeon and he has to work with Tom Holland's character, it turns out to be kind of a funny movie. There's not like a lot of big laugh out loud moments in this, but there are moments where you have to chuckle at some of the stupidity, the ridiculousness, and over the top levels of what they're trying to do here. It's a generic story, to say the least, but I do like it. I like the blending of... They took, like, the plots of The Emperor's New Groove, Princess and the Frog, and added, like, the James Bond and spy movie element, putting that all together, and it made for kind of an enjoyable movie. Blue Sky Studios, they've been very hit and miss recently. The last decade was not their best, but they've had some decent movies there. The best thing I think they've done is the Peanuts movie, and I was really looking forward to this movie, and I think it really does pay off in the end. It's a really enjoyable movie. I won't say it's a great movie overall. I don't think it's up there with some of the best animated films we've seen this year, but it is an enjoyable movie. I had a good time with it. I definitely check it out again, and actually, now that I think about it, this may actually be one of the better movies they've made this decade. Not quite Peanuts movie level, but it's definitely better than stuff like Epic or the last two Ice Age movies. So it's definitely a good movie. I highly recommend checking it out. And as for Uncut Gems, I really didn't know what I was going into with this movie. I heard a lot of great things about it. I heard Adam Sandler getting some Oscar consideration for this. I will say this, A24 movies, they put butts in seats, because there was a lot of people in the theater that I was in for this movie. They were really excited for this movie, and I can kind of see why. After the movie went on, I really enjoyed this movie. I see why a lot of people are saying it's one of the best movies of the year. I think there is definitely a lot of elements to it that really make it work. It started off slow for me, honestly, with Adam Sandler's performance. He is definitely channeling kind of Al Pacino in this. And once the film moves along and gets going, it really does start to work. Like, you really buy into his performance in this, and you can definitely tell why he's getting a lot of this Oscar buzz here. And I think he actually will get some Oscar consideration for this. This is going to be a very interesting year for the Oscars, because you have this, Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers, which, like I said before, I think that's going to be an Oscar-worthy performance. Excuse me. Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name. I think that's definitely a name that will be on there, too. You got some good... It's going to be a very interesting Oscar year, to say the least. I'm really looking forward to see how that plays out, but... Yeah, this was a really good movie. I had a really good time watching this movie. It's a hard... It's kind of hard to watch at times, like... I mean, not in a bad way, but like some of the stuff that they do in this movie, but... It's a really engaging film. You do get invested in everything on here. I think it is... You don't really like Adam Sandler's character, but at times you do want him to succeed. You think he's got a good idea going around here, and just when you think at the end, when you finally think that everything's going to work out for him, it doesn't. I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end, but what happens at the end, let's just say it doesn't end well for him. But other than Sandler, I thought the rest of the performances were very good in this. The writing is pretty good. The visuals in this movie are incredible. Like, when they the main focus of this film is this opal diamond, and every time the cinematography in this movie is great. Darius Khondji, Khond. Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page as I'm recording this, so that's why I'm looking off to the side here, because I can see the name of the cinematographer there. But his cinematography in this is really incredible. Like, whenever they look inside the gem, I always think back to the first scene of the Pink Panther, where like you see the Pink Panther diamond, and then it cuts right into the animated opening. It's kind of like that, but like in a more serious outing, and more like the way the visuals look in this movie are incredible to look at. The music is very good here. Daniel Lopatin, which I don't know if he's done anything I would have remembered, but it's really good music. Really good music in this movie. The Safdie brothers I think they do a very good job with this movie. I think there's a lot of enjoyable elements to the directing and the writing. The acting, like I said, is really good. You got Lakeith Stanfield in this. Kevin Garnett from the Boston Celtics, surprisingly, is very good as an actor. Idina Menzel has a good performance in this. Julia Fox, good lord, that woman. They definitely take advantage of her. Like, they have a scene with her in the skimpy lingerie, and needless to say, yes, I know a lot of people that I've talked to who have been like, dude, Julia Fox in this movie, and wow, and she really is she's a really good looking woman, and she's a really good actress too. Like, she has a very good role in this movie. The Weeknd also has a very good role in this. He's only in it for a little bit, but I was not expecting him to be as good as an actor, honestly. And I like The Weeknd. I think he's a really terrific musician, and yeah, he has a very good moments in this. What else do I really want to say about this movie? Other than that, I think I pretty much covered everything. Like, the best thing about this movie is Adam Sandler's performance. Like, when you think about Adam Sandler, you think about his really bad comedies that he's made, especially the later stuff. But the last couple movies he's made have actually been pretty decent. Like, the Hotel Transylvania movies I've really liked. I liked, what was the last, what was the one he did with, I don't know if it was recent, but I liked his, but his more dramatic stuff is much better than his comedic stuff. Like, I love Punch Drunk Love. I like Spanglish. I really like Reign Over Me, which I think is a very underrated movie. And he is very good in this movie. It takes a while for him to really appreciate his acting in this, but when it does hit, it really works. You really do get invested in the storyline, and yeah, I can see why a lot of people think this is one of the best movies of the year, which I thought I finally had my top 10 list put together, but now I have to reorganize this to find a way to put this in here, because I really think this is one of the best movies of the year. It's definitely worth seeing. I know a lot of people that were in the theater that I saw it and really enjoyed it. Although I did hear one person say that they didn't think Adam Sandler's performance was Oscar-worthy, but, to each his own. But, yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. This is definitely worth checking out, and I'm glad I did, because I really think I would have missed out on one of the best movies of the year if I had waited. To think I almost went to see Cats because of this, but you know what? The worst movies of the year list comes out next week, so I don't know. Maybe I might force myself to watch Cats because I really need to see some worst movies because I think Men in Black International is still at the top of my worst of the year list. I dodged a lot of bullets this year, but luckily I have one more week to do my worst of list, so. But for right now, avoid Cats, see Uncut Gems, and Spies in Disguise is great too.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.